All right, and we're live.
I say this every time. 30 seconds is a long time to be quiet.
Right. Yeah, I really loved, I don't think they do it so much anymore, but the 7.5, like 15-second Japanese commercials, they used to do those rapid fire. That was great because you never had to spend too much time with anything. But now they're kind of getting more standardized, maybe because of streaming and, having to fit the, cut size for like Western TV episodes and stuff.
Really thought about that. Yeah, okay.
But they're getting longer, but they used to be real hard and fast. That's why they were so funny, like people watching them on YouTube. That's why they're so funny, because they just yell at you.
You only had 7.5 seconds.
And just go away. Like, what? What was that? Yeah. All right. So what have you been up to? Anything gamey? Any nothing?
2mm stuff. A little bit of
nice,
2mm stuff.
nice.
The past couple nights I've been too tired. I finally took a picture of, like, if you saw on social media, like the whole 2mm Roman army for DBA, which takes up with all the options, takes up a lot of space. Mm-hmm. And someone said, "Where are our opponents?" I'm like, yeah, okay, fine. So I went back to painting like tiny little barbarian warriors, right?
Nice.
Which is, like I said on social media, surprisingly time consuming. Because unlike the Romans, which are uniform, so it's just like one color all of them. Right. Here it's like, it's like trying to do like randomized little swipes of a bunch of different colors. So it's like swipe.
Yeah, try to make it
next
look
color.
Right. Yeah, so you don't do any pattern or any repetition. Yeah,
and
a lot of extra.
Dumbass me, I'm like, okay, I just need a bunch of different colors for pants. Then I need a bunch of different colors for shirts.
Right.
Then I need a bunch of different colors for shields on the front, right? So it's I mean, okay, they're 2mm. I painted a bunch in like a night, so it's different things, right?
Right.
Anyway, yeah.
Well, that's cool. Very cool, and now we will be able to print all kinds of 2mm terrain. So yes,
we will.
So after work, Chris is coming back, and we're going to set up the printer. So we're going to set
capital
up
T, capital P.
Yeah. So we're going to do get a resin printer. We're going to set up here, and then we've already got STLs for a lot of stuff. So all the new War Machine stuff, Trench Crusade. We get 2 armies of Trench Crusade. So a lot of STLs we can try out, and this will be nice too, because my mini factory has been contacting us, but they want us to print and review stuff, and I'm just like, we're not doing that right now, but now we are. So expect to see some more minis on the channel. And
it's funny, like Jeremy will be printing like giant 28mm scale stuff, and I'll be like 2mm stuff. Like, what you mean? I gotta wait for like the whole bed to go up before I get my tiny little strips.
Right. Yeah. But you should learn some Blender, and you could do like tiers of little guys. Yeah, like figure out a way to structure it so you're doing like a cube.
The cube.
Just break it apart. Yeah.
That's pretty fun. Yeah. That would be pretty good. You have like the whole army just printed on like one bed, just like stack. Stack. Right? And then you watch it fail in real time. You're like, oh. All right. Anyway.
Nice. Yeah. So we'll give that a shot, and we'll try to figure out a way to document that. Yeah. And it's got a little camera in it, so maybe we'll sort of channel. Maybe it'll get its own Twitch channel or something.
Or put it on this one.
Or put it on this one. Yeah. When you can watch the prints fail live. So how's everybody doing? So Matt and Calerion, good to see you guys in the chat. All right. We're going to try something. If I can get it to work, we're going to try talking on Discord after
nice.
Chris has to go, instead of just me reading the chat. Try to interact with a couple of people that are on the Discord. And so, just see how it goes. Right now, the sound quality is not great, so we'll work on that. But, yes.
I'm trying to get my tie fixed when I go back to work, and I feel like Rodney fucking Dangerfield over here. Anyway.
All right. Are we good to go?
I'm all set.
Okay, so let's get started for this week. Welcome to the Weekly. I'm Jeremy.
I'm Chris.
And this week on the Weekly, Meow Wolf TTRPG. Artsy's getting fartsy here. English version of Where's Blade. So I think the Japanese translated rush is beginning. So it started with Sword World, and we're going to get more of these projects. Another 80s RPG. Matt Mercer steps down. That happened last week, but we were busy. Preoccupied. Yes, and Draw Steel, Matt's new favorite TTRPG. All right, so let's get started. So the first thing, and yeah, this is Exalted Funeral. So they are an artsy publisher, and they've done.
Right.
I mean, they're doing IP stuff a little bit too, because they did the Monty Python RPG.
Not role-playing game.
Right. But Meow Wolf is an outsider art collective that does installations. Currently, they have, I think, 6. I think some of them had to close over the pandemic, but they do 6 sites kind of all over the U.S. that are living installations, like permanent building living installations you can go into and interact with. The one that I've heard about the most is Omega Mart in Las Vegas, which is just kind of this like surrealist fantasy shopping mart, and so I think there are actually goods there, but most of it is just installation and kind of like, commentary on consumerism, of course, and everything. So yeah, surrealist, immersive art, and it's outsider art. So it started in, I think, Santa Fe. So yeah, the kind of like, it's not trained, self-taught, not trained, and just a very experimental group of folks. And they are going to be releasing Tavers, the Meow Wolf role-playing game, will be published by Exalted Funeral. And so previously Exalted Funeral's done Land of Eam and Monty Python's Concurricular Medieval Reenactment Program. So a quote from Meow Wolf's senior creative director: RPGs have always been a platform for self-expression and a portal for people to inhabit and explore imaginative worlds, so it is a perfect arena for us to bridge the gap between our exhibits and everyday life. Until now, we've only been able to reach people who come to us and physically step into our worlds. Now with the RPG, not only can our worlds come to you, but you can also get to inhabit and shape our worlds like never before. Woo-hoo.
Okay. Now that you've explained all that, like, I'm interested, right? Okay, this seems like one of those things where even if it's not necessarily for me, right? I'm like, okay, this sounds like something that should still exist.
Oh yeah.
Right? Like the idea of outsider art taken to or combined with RPG seems interesting. I kind of want to see what they do with it.
Yeah, you should. There's a 2018 documentary that talks about the origin of Meow Wolf. It's just called Meow Wolf: Origin Story.
Okay.
So take a look for that on streaming or online, and see what you think. Their very first permanent installation was actually funded by George R.R. Martin.
Okay. I'm surprised it got finished.
Yeah. I think he's living in Santa Fe now, so that's probably why he ran into them. But it was called House of Eternal Return. I believe this one did close down over the pandemic. I'm not sure if it got refunded or whatever, because just people couldn't visit. There was no way for them to pay the rent. So Tavers. So in this RPG, you will play Tavers. These will be players that can create portals, take them to different worlds, realities, states of existence, and uncover 5 mysteries. So it's based on the installations, these permanent installations, and we'll use a collaborative, exquisite corpse kind of method to build the games. So the Matt Kelly from Exalted Funeral says Meow Wolf specifically requested a publisher brazen and batshit crazy enough to break the mold and apply the same game-defying approach to subvert and shake up everything we know about RPGs. I'm not sure what it says about us that we were the first people they called, but we can't argue that we're the right kind of crazy for the job. So if you're wondering about that silly name, they literally kind of in Exquisite Corpse style, the first time that the group met as a collective, everyone wrote 2 words on a piece of paper, they put them into a hat, and they drew 2 random words out, and that was the name of the collective, so they were known from that day forward as Meow Wolf. Unfortunately, that sounds very furry, fetishy. Which is
what, like,
the internet.
Whatever that says about me, that's the first place my mind went. I'm like, oh, some kind of cutesy animal, anthropomorphic animal RPG. Okay, cool.
Yeah. But it's the surrealist. Yeah, it's it doesn't have to make sense, and it's not supposed to. But yeah, it's very interesting. The style is very, like, some of the installations go for this like weird 80s kind of neon retro feel, and some of them it's just a really large collection of very interesting spaces. So the other thing that was a little bit interesting in how they're describing this game is so you'll be facing in the game immortal cybernetic hamsters, underground rat punks, and sentient pizza, But the mechanics of the game are meant to blur the line between game and reality, as memories players share out of game can be used as in-game currency. So that piqued my interest. I'm like, okay, I don't know how that would possibly work, but we'll read someday how that happens.
Well, I wonder, okay, since we're like this outsider art collective, I wonder if the rules or the mechanics are, for lack of a better term, written by outsiders.
Oh, right.
It's not said anywhere in here. I would be interested to know, because if so, again, even if I don't particularly like it or enjoy it, I can say this is useful and interesting because it's RPG mechanics written by people who aren't formally trained, whatever you want to mean,
right,
in writing games.
Yeah, that's true. It may be interesting if they take a total novel approach and are inspired by early surrealist or Dadaist kind of ideas. So they're going to take the kind of methods and skills of their art making and just try to make an RPG.
Yeah. Look, I actually kind of want to see what an RPG mechanics would look like for someone or a group of people who effectively have not necessarily no contact, but don't have the touchstones that a lot of people in the sphere already have.
Right. Yeah, so it may be an interesting experience and maybe maybe inspire people to, kind of break more rules and stop, rolling 2D something every time.
1D20. I'll be real disappointed if the thing that they turn out looks like D&D 5e. We'll be like, oh, god damn it.
It's just powered by 5e. No.
It would be hilariously sad if, devoid of any context, the group replicated something that looks like 5e. It's like, wow, okay, that of course, I will eat my hat. Eat my hat on camera if that happens. But,
yeah, that'd be pretty funny. Just everything leads to 5e.
Yeah, I would think I would just give up after that. Right?
So the Kickstarter page is going to go live in November, so you can sign up to be notified. Crowdfunding won't launch though until February.
Okay.
So keep an eye out for that. And like we were talking, this maybe we're we had a Swedish kind of revolution in RPGs and got to see what was going on in the 80s and 90s in Sweden. That might be happening for Japanese RPGs. LionWing.
All we got to do is walk out the door.
Yes, that's right. We can,
and have 10 years of Japanese lessons. Sorry, anyway.
So LionWing is going to be publishing Where's Blade. They were to be taking this to Kickstarter to get some 80s nostalgia. So it's a mecha magic TTRPG. Okay. And it's going to be part of, I guess they're going to do Legends of Japan retro line. So they're going to get the rights to do official translations of all of these RPGs. I haven't heard of this before. I know this style, this type of storytelling or setting, but I don't know specifically Where's Blade. So it's coming sometime this year, and as a reference, it would be something like Magic Knight Rayearth or Visions of Escaflowne, if you want to see magic and mechs, how that works together, and very kind of whimsical looking robots. So originally this was launched in 1986, and they're calling it one of the most successful Japanese TTRPGs. So there's probably a list somewhere that we haven't read. But back in the day, because D&D fell out of favor really fast. Once TSR is just like, oh, no, you can't. We won't give you rights to reproduce any of your replays. People are like, okay, then Sword World it is. And Call of Cthulhu hasn't ever been unseated. So, so an English release has never materialized, but this game itself has spawned tons of novels, video games, and even audio dramas. And they're timing this with the 40th anniversary. Next year.
So actually doing something interesting for a big anniversary.
Yes, wow, that'd be nice. Right. Yes, so the one thing that may turn you off a little bit, it is a war game style mech combat, but it's, they say, very crunchy. So what they're going to try to do is do some minor kind of quality of life changes to the rules, because these are 80s rules and people just loved their math back then.
Did they, or was it all they had?
Right. So they're going to preserve the core of the Where's Blade gameplay, but just kind of make it appeal a little bit more. A lot of number crunching, a complexity of mecha and magic together. So this was an era of rolling big numbers. So I think, the kind of era that spawned, Yu-Gi-Oh! Card games and stuff where you're dealing with thousands of points of damage.
That's the reason why I can't play Japanese TTRPGs. I'm like, whoa, what are the numbers on that thing?
187, what? Okay. Yes, so it will be crunchy, but they're going to try to be very true to the original source. So Tuesday, August 26, 2025 will be the launch of the campaign. celebrating the 40th anniversary. So by the time it's released next year, or fulfilled, I guess, next year, it will be the 40th anniversary. So yeah, keep an eye out for that. And they're talking about, LionWing is talking about a Legends of Japan line. So we may see more, and hopefully different genres too, like some other people trying to imitate Call of Cthulhu with some horror or some other fantasy entries. We'll see what else Japan has in store for us as far as.
I wonder how much this is. They said they're going to be trying to be true to the original. So kind of like the Dragon's Bane. It gives us kind of a. My impression, it gives us a slightly updated version of kind of the Swedish TTRPG, not scene, but one of the most popular games. So
right.
I think this is doing the same thing.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, we'll see how much they do. And it would be nice if they just did a straight translation of original text and then did like their release, so we could actually compare, because we'll have nothing to compare it to.
No, we won't.
So like, okay, well, this isn't very playable, but maybe that's the point.
I'd like to see this happen with other countries. That would,
that
would be pretty cool, right? Like,
oh yeah.
Here's an emulation of what 80s era Japan.
Right. Well,
RPG games were.
Yeah, like The Witcher, kind of is, kind of Soviet era, fantasy writing, and so we may see that. There may be a Russian movement or some kind of Eastern European that they were kind of like cut off and didn't really share, but were inspired. They had limited, like there was limited outside Western influence coming in, and they kind of did their own thing, or maybe they just thought tabletop roleplay is silly.
We have better things to do.
We've got vodka to drink.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, and the big news that we missed last week is Matt Mercer is no longer the DM for Critical Role. So he's stepping down, and they've hired Brennan Lee Mulligan for Campaign 4. And there's a lot of the B word in this article and in interviews that Matt Mercer's been doing. He's kind of doing the podcast circuit to talk about this new age of Critical Role.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wonder what the B word is. Okay.
This bombshell announcement
okay.
happened. We really missed it because it happened on July 2nd. So for the first time ever, there will be a new dungeon. There's been guest dungeon masters and things, but this is their core baby. The campaign that they've been doing forever, because I guess they run longer than. I guess Critical Role runs longer than a lot of the other actual play campaigns. They limit that. So a new dungeon master, and it is Brennan Lee Mulligan from Dimension 20. So Dropouts Dimension 20. So a little cross-pollination. I mean, everyone, we're still at the phase where everyone's friends and everyone's guest appearing on everyone's actual play podcast and stuff. But once the money starts really kicking in, things are going to change. There's going to be a little dirt is going to start happening. So we don't know, exactly why this was done, but this is the first campaign, which will launch in October, and for the first time ever, Matt Mercer will be a player. So he's not leaving; he's just not DMing, and that seems to make the most sense, because their core money, their income stream is Critical Role actual play, and there's things that are supporting it, but they're never going to be a publisher making $1 million a year like they do just with their Twitch stream. So it would seem silly for them to for him to take his energy completely away from that, because that's where the money is. But details will be revealed, and they've already teased there will be new and old faces in this group, so maybe there will be some more things. And they still haven't, I don't think they've even said definitively that they will play Daggerheart or D&D, but I can't imagine they would play a competing game at this point. So the first campaign launched in 2015, and of course it was just an assembly of voice actors from Los Angeles, as we know, and now with the help of Darrington Press, they have become a multimedia beast. There are 3 campaigns, each having more than 100 episodes of 3 to 4 hours each. That's a lot of Critical Role. And then, of course, the live shows, their Amazon series, their new Amazon series, and their new video game, which we talked about by the maker, who's the makers of the game that they're doing voices on. And they even have an app. Do you have that on your phone, Beacon? No?
Absolutely not.
Instant
no, I do
access.
not. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so you can get instant access to their stream content, which I was surprised by. So Exandria will live on, and in some of these interviews, as he's been doing interviews to kind of announce this and prepare the critters for the trauma they're going to face, he has acknowledged the Mercer effect. He's actually said, yeah, I know we've kind of showed people this is the way to do it, and it's this high production, everybody's a talented voice actor, everyone's got a and he knows that's been a negative effect, and it was emphasizing everyone needs to find their own way to do this, find their own creativity, and it's not the Critical Role way. It's you have to find your way to do things. This was a Rolling Stone interview. Yeah, so Rolling Stone is interviewing Matt Mercer. So Jim Morrison, Matt Mercer, whatever. We're gonna get. And so yes, there was a. Speaking to Rolling Stone, Mercer was saying, "We're a family that does business together and kills people." That's a joke, but it may not be a joke soon. So, anybody that says family and business together is not doing it right. They're going to get themselves into trouble really fast. They're headed for drama. So yeah, so this passing of the torch, as Mercer has called it, will be happening next month. And another quote from Mercer. So outside the creative legacy and storytelling legacies, we've worked hard to build the foundation of this company that we want to be the rest of our lives in a way that will shepherd everything we want to create. And in time shepherd to the next generation of storytellers, he said to Rolling Stone. I hope one day to pass the torch to a bunch of incredible people with new ideas and new perspectives and give them space to tell their stories, and we can be the distant creative grandparents to them and be proud from their shadows, but collect a paycheck and royalties for perpetuity.
From the shadows as we collect money.
Shadow royalties.
All right. I hadn't realized that Matt Mercer had stepped down as DM, right? But I did know that. Okay. I was thinking, right? I said this: big name, capital B, capital T, big name APs don't actually have a responsibility or even like a duty to highlight, showcase, play small little indie games. Right? What we can do is we can give them a lot of side eye for not doing so, right? But like at no point do they have any responsibility to actually do it, right? They can do whatever they want, right? And I guess it's the same thing. People were talking about, okay, this new one, is Critical Role going to use Daggerheart, or are they going to stick with D&D 5e, right? And like they can do whatever they want. I would give them serious side eye if they didn't use Daggerheart, because what does it say about kind of the product you just put out, right? Right. But I don't know. It's interesting what he said about Matt Mercer acknowledging the Matt Mercer effect. And I was thinking along the same lines. Like my first knee-jerk reaction was, oh, if you actually want to encourage people, or if you want, like, put your money where your mouth is and show that there are other ways to run games.
Oh, right.
But
they have an audience.
Same thing.
Yeah.
They're under no responsibility, and they have no duty to actually do that, right? Like it would be nice if they did. Yeah. They don't have to.
And they found the formula. They found the parasocial relationship that they can develop and get fan art and just people rabidly following their hundreds and thousands of hours of content. Yeah, so we'll see, and we'll see as they become more successful, where this there's people that are going to be kicked out of the company, there's people that are going to take over the company, there's people that are going to buy out the company, and once they get into the world of big money,
you think they will?
Oh, well, they're already dealing with Amazon, so they're going to have Tencent or somebody knocking at their door any day now to try to get a big bite out of this. So we will see. So it started out as a web series between friends, but now it's a business, and we'll see all the good stuff that comes with that. Oh yeah, Ad Hoc Studios, that's right. So they're doing a video game with Ad Hoc Studios and doing the streaming animation with Amazon. A couple of funny comments that were under this article. So Critical Role, the quote from this comment, Critical Role is a favorite show of everyone who doesn't actually ever play D&D, but feels a parasocial connection to people who don't really play D&D either. Wow. Because they just kind of set rules. And Critical Role is a theater, kid, fanfic, improv hour with some rules that got in the way of their fun. So they created a new system to explain away their hand waving. Oh.
I haven't read Daggerheart, so I can't comment either way.
Oh, well, we should play it sometime.
I am not saying never. I'm saying there's a near infinitely
Yeah.
long list of games that I would like to play,
Yes.
and it seems a shame to bump them to play.
I know. Yeah, that's true. That is the sin you will be committing.
To be fair, at this point, I'm desperate enough. I'll play anything, right? If you said, by the way, we're playing Daggerheart next time, and I was ready to play, okay, cool, I'll join.
Right. Yeah, that's what lured you to actually sit down for a 5e session. It's like, that's what we're playing. Okay, I guess it's a game.
Yep.
There are people at a table.
There are people at a table, and they're playing a game. I actually made a character I was excited to play, and then that just got shot in the foot right in the first 5 minutes of that session. I'm like, why am I?
Anyway, what's going on? Yeah, so speaking of Daggerheart, there's another game out that now has a name. It didn't have a name previously, and the details that have been released make it sound very similar to Daggerheart. So I think everybody that tried to do not D&D ended up doing the same other thing. So let's talk about that.
So not D&D the same way.
Right, so Draw Steel, a breathtaking new action-oriented fantasy RPG. So this is the MCDM's answer to 5e, the thing that they were just calling, I think they did the backer kit crowdfunding. They made $4.6 million, and it didn't have a name the whole time. Wow, and they've just been like adding rules and refining and playtesting and bolting all this stuff on. But they they have been, Matt Koval's been very active doing third-party support materials and very well-received support materials for 5e. Now they're doing their own game. Now it's called Draw Steel. And high fantasy TTRPG, free of all the baggage of D20 historical context, which...
Does that mean, like, the historical baggage that D&D the system has, or like the historical baggage inherent in the setting?
I don't think they solved that. Yeah, I don't think they really knew what they were trying to get away from, because they didn't.
Okay. Oh, wow. Tough words. All right.
So far, they have 800 pages of this stuff.
Not selling me right there. Like,
and people play big damn heroes, right? So even level 1 Draw Steel heroes. So I guess heroic fantasy, you're a big badass. But a very heavy focus on tactical combat, action-based combat with minis on a grid. It requires a grid, and there's a big focus on movement. So 4E is back, baby. You need to accomplish a lot with minimum dice rolling. So some of the description of this sounded like, okay, so you're making a war game? Is this like a tactical skirmish game? Because it sounded a lot like stuff we've played that is not roleplay. And they're trying to get away from the I failed my roll and wasted my turn kind of feeling.
Noble goal to get away from, so okay.
Yes. So you're going to be rolling a 2d10 plus related attribute, plus or minus any circumstantial effects. Okay. Your results, a 2 to 11 is a tier 1 result, a 12 to 16 is a tier 2, 17 up is a tier 3. And that will mean different things for different weapons, everything means something different. And a natural 19 or 20 is a critical effect. So you're doing 2d10s, which is, there's a lot of 2d10 stuff going around. So they're doing this tier system. There are things like edges, banes, surges, stability, shifting, victories, and malice. So a lot of stuff to kind of be keeping track of, which is something that Daggerheart does as well. They're like token crazy. Like you've got cards and you're putting tokens on cards and like taking cards and taking tokens on or off of everything. So you're tracking resource points, surges, and triggering out of actions out of turn, which I guess, is an attempt to keep people engaged. But basically, this is an RPG, a TTRPG that is all combat. It's literally only dungeon delving. So I think we talked about, there was one that was like a sprint, like a dungeon sprint, where all you did is run as fast as you can through a dungeon to get to the treasure. This is an only combat RPG.
You know what? Okay, my face said it all. But I will probably never look at Draw Steel. But as long as the game, as long as Draw Steel says, hey, we're combat, so it's going to be set piece after set piece. You know what? Whatever a game is, I have much less of a problem with it if it presents itself honestly.
Yeah, right.
If it goes, hey, we're a role-playing game where you can do whatever you want, and the 3 pillars are interaction, exploration, association, combat, and like all those 800 pages in combat, then no, you're doing the normal thing about saying, you just make whatever you want. No, if the game presents itself honestly, Not for me,
Mm-hmm,
but
yeah.
I appreciate you being honest.
Yeah, and yeah, saying what you are. Yeah. So they include all the kind of fantasy races from modern D&D, including devils, which are their tieflings, dragon knights, which are their dragonborn. They do add a couple of their own, I guess, original races.
All right, let's hear what they are.
The Haken, which are a half giant race with precognitive abilities. The Memonek.
Kind of seems like the Cyclops from
Yeah, right.
All right.
Or from Kroll. An artificial life form, the Memonek, lightweight material and ceramic, the kind of a law and order fantasy robot. Yeah.
Right.
Revenant, which is a zombie.
All right.
You play a zombie. And a time raider, a 4-armed creature from the future. And
So you got Hakan, Memonek, Revenant,
and time raider.
Time Raider.
Yeah.
One of these things is not like the other. You couldn't have named Time Raider something different, right?
Hey, they're from the future. We don't name our races in the future.
All right.
Yes, and so the classes are they just kind of renamed the existing. So this is still again reminding me of Daggerheart. It's just like change the words and it's an original thing. But I guess then it's also trademarkable.
Okay, yes, that was something I hadn't really considered. But yeah, it'll be trademarkable. But I have to think that MCDM is trying to attract people who like 5e. But I mean, like, think about it. Like, if someone goes, I really like playing 5e. If someone drops like a Power by the Apocalypse or like a Belonging Outside Belonging, where's the dice? No, we just use tokens here, right? Class level? No, right? Like, no. You want something that's kind of as close to but different from the game you're experiencing, so people can make the transition much easier.
Yeah, so their classes are Censor, which is their Paladin, Conduit, which is their Cleric, Elementalist, Wizard, Fury is their Barbarian, a Null is an Anti-Magic Monk, Shadow is their Rogue Assassin, Tactician is their Armored Warrior, Tank, and Talent is their Psionic class, and Troubadour, of course, is their Bard. A lot of this feels so tokens and kind of rename classes and stuff, and the only thing they didn't do is go hard into the critter kind of cutesy animal. There aren't any like distinctly sentient frogs or turtle people or anything, which Daggerheart does in spades. But yes, and then of course all your characters will get a cultural upbringing that will give you 3 sub elements, so they're trying to get away from the race thing. It's a cultural upbringing. Sure. Okay. So you can, with these 3 things, you can create a character that is a beggar gladiator politician. Wow, that would be great. I can't imagine how you'd play that. And then an optional complication, which could be something like a cult victim, or you have a secret animal form. You've been bonded to a small creature. So they're going to design, and I think this has been known and kind of in production since they've been crowdfunding and playtesting this. They're going to do their own VTT for this, but also then support the popular probably Roll20 and Foundry as well. So if you're already playing something and you know something, you don't have to learn anything from scratch. The idea is actions resolve faster, and you pay attention and react on other players' turns, which is another kind of Daggerhearty thing. An initiative is a communal decision. All right. So yes, so we got 6 times its goal on backer kit. So it's got a lot of funding, and they're just trying to.
Well, not that I'm involved, but MCDM seemed to have anyway. Good thing I teach English rolling. It seems to have had a maybe not huge, but like a decent and a decently loyal fan base.
There's people that follow all that good stuff. Each class in the game has heroic resources, which sounds like Daggerheart as well, class-specific hero abilities, and a signature ability. This stuff sounds like computer RPG stuff to me. It sounds a little like, World of Warcraft or Final Fantasy, where you get your big, you fill up the meter and get your big ability.
Or you're tracking like a cooldown or something.
Right, yes. So ancestry, culture, career, class, kit, and complications is how you build a character, and everything is done with 2d10s. So Draw Steel is here, and Matt can't wait to play. he was noticing like I think the listed retail price is like $80 for one of the books.
It is an 800 page book.
Oh, that's not every page.
$1 a page.
Not every page. Yeah, but like just the core book is $80. So like buying, and you're not getting discounts. And I think that even the digital are like the same price. So you're not getting anything.
Well,
there's no way to. I guess you had to support that crowdfunder.
Everything. You know what? I'm depending on the quality of the book, $80 for a large hardback is okay. It sounds like a lot, but it's actually kind of reasonable.
And but I think the books themselves are, the individuals are maybe like 250, 300, but they've written and edited 800 pages. I can't imagine. And it's like the
I got a 2D10 system that fits on 8.
Right. 8. Yeah, so the name is a little odd. It kind of evokes kind of old school OSR, but that means that everybody that's not drawing a sword, what are you playing? Why are you
Draw
here?
steel.
Why are you here?
I'm fine with the name. I mean,
Yeah,
it does sound heroic, right? Draw your steel.
Just
and okay.
I'm doing my mad. Wait. Yeah, so we'll see. We'll see how the we'll see how it's received. I mean, he's already got this like ecosystem, like we said, this ecosystem of people that are gonna enjoy what he does, and maybe he's through playtesting and everything, they're tailoring it to what these people want, which sounds like 4E with 2D10s.
Well, I mean, sure.
And none of that silly like talking to NPCs.
But like, if that's what the game is, then okay, I will probably never buy this, like I said, but I kind of want to get my hands on this just to see if the mechanics achieve what they say they want to do.
Oh, right. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah, we're
because like if one of the big failings of 4E or that kind of thing is, well, I missed, so my turn's done, right? Cool, you say you want to address that. What have you done so that everyone is engaged on their turn, or that misses don't suck?
Right.
Or if you're just like, okay, well, everything was really complicated, so we just want to, cool, what have you done to simplify it? Right?
Yeah, and so the like we were talking about them trying to get away from the problematic part. So you're still like running into somebody's basement and stabbing their kids, so that hasn't changed.
I don't know.
That hasn't changed, but you're just not talking to them first. That's the thing that they've solved. So we'll see. Yeah, we'll see what this does when it gets to retail. It does seem like all of these. So Tales of the Valiant, the Kobold Press, Answer, and then we've had Daggerheart, which is actually came as a much later response. But this was again one of the first ones. We'll see if this grows into anything, or if this is just going to be the people that supported it. Okay, I've got this, and you put it on your shelf. And
well, I think
I supported not D&D.
I would be curious to know as well, because we still don't know what's going to happen with whatever next iteration of D&D is, right? Whether it's D&D 6e or whether it's just one D&D or whatever. Like these companies, I think it's a reaction to the OGL debacle. And as you said, like some people are just like really late on it, right?
Right.
But they might be kind of like so late that it actually ends up being a positive, where they kind of put themselves in a position. These games already exist for when D&D and Hasbro completely fuck up.
Yeah. Well, I think that they were they were bracing themselves for the walled garden of D&D, which I don't think is ever going to happen. I think like Wizards has failed to do that, failed to like trap everybody that came into the 5e party. And so now this stuff is kind of unnecessary. Like they're trying to, like, everybody that was using their third party stuff and was playing 5e, they're come over to us, come over to us. But I mean, I really think Wizards is failing now. They're going to lose market share.
Okay, yeah. I don't know if I would say they have failed. I think they are failing. Right? I think they're still trying to do it, and whatever next couple things come out in D&D will, for me, in my opinion, will determine whether they're shoving people out, I mean, or not shoving people out, driving people away, who then end up with Tales of the Valiant, Daggerheart, Draw Steel, and I don't know that I would be curious to know, but I'm too lazy to do research on my own about how different those three games are from each other. So, like, I mean, more choice is always better, right? Unless you're dealing with a toddler, and then nope, you got two, pick one, right? Don't complicate it anymore. But anyway, people who leave D&D have 3 choices now of where to go.
Yeah, and I think this has gotten, because imagine this happening like 30 or 40 years ago. This battle wouldn't have happened on the internet and not for, digital supporters and viewers. This would have happened at hobby shops. Like, you'd have had competing things on shelves and people saying, oh, let's try this or let's play this. But now it's happening with social media and actual play culture and all this stuff, or live, like live stream, streaming culture. So it's a very different thing. So I think, the success of Critical Role has a lot to do with like the personalities and how charming they come across compared to just a bunch of, chubby geeks trying to get you to, play their style of game.
Okay, we can't escape the internet, right? Okay, things are just different now, right? So you're right. Back in the day, 30 or 40 years ago, it would have been these companies, I would say, like, funding or supporting, or even whether it was with free stuff or whatever, groups. I wonder if you could still do that.
Yeah, I don't know.
I wonder if you could. Well, I mean, they kind of do it with like all these, like, not necessarily this company, but like free play test, right? Cool. Here's some free stuff. Please try and play it.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I'm talking my hands a lot. Sorry, but I wonder if you could do. We'll send you set up a game at your local hobby store. We'll give you the stuff to run game. I'm thinking like back in the day, like Fantasy Flight games, like Netrunner tournament support.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Like, cool, here's a free package. Run our game for us, right? I know Gen Con companies always say, hey, come be at Gen Con, which is a whole other thing, right? But I wonder if you could do that, or if you just like, hey, run this on your AP.
Yeah, and that's the thing that's changed a lot. I think post-pandemic is people were forced onto digital platforms and they didn't leave. I think the in-person gaming has taken a big hit. From from people's yeah, right, from just people's how things have changed and people just not being able to go back to how it was.
Well, then I mean, okay, fair enough. I mean, no nostalgia, right? Yeah, you can't go back, right? So maybe I wonder if, again, what these companies could do is, cool, you got an actual play. Here's our game for free. Run it, right?
Right.
I've often wondered how much it would cost to have someone do like an AP, but like it almost kind of doesn't, not that it doesn't matter the size, but unless you shell out a lot of money, you're not going to get like any big names. But I'm trying to come up with something that's essentially like virtual word of mouth. That's like the online equivalent of what you said before, how 30 or 40 years ago, it would be people going down to their local comic book store, either seeing a group currently playing one of these 3, or looking on their game wanted board and saying, oh, hey, what's this, right? What is the digital equivalent of that? And can these 3 new games kind of capitalize on that?
Yeah, and I think some of the VTT platforms, like you can find like that, you can offer a publicly open game for people to join, and then they give you stats on like what systems are being run and what people are actually playing on the digital platform. So yeah, that could be the closest thing that we have, is saying, oh wow, there's a lot of people are playing this, and then things like Reddit or just other social media platforms, people just talking about it, people being supporters and talking about it, but it's all digital, and people can give you get you all pumped up about something, but if there's nobody to play with, so we'll see how all of this stuff does, and if it's just going to do its internet thing where everyone's going to have their little loyal following, and they'll be able to make a living.
They already?
Yeah, they make support the company and make a thing, and just kind of we'll have these little bubbles of stuff that have resulted from 5e losing its dominance.
That's what happens when an empire collapses, right? An empire collapses, and then they all fracture in all these little individual kingdoms that are all still slightly related, but
Yes. All right, so that's going to do it for this week. So where can people find you?
Instagram mostly, Blue Sky occasionally, select Facebook groups that are mostly just about miniatures. And that's Hive Mind in all places, just about HYVEMYND. How about you?
Well, I have been absent from the internet. To my surprise, my cartoon has not existed for the entire month of August
Really?
because Microsoft makes shitty software. Yeah,
Oh,
the
no.
syndicator switched to a Microsoft platform and it didn't work.
Oh, no.
So finally, everything is up there. So you can read my entire month of August now,
Okay,
and everything previous. I haven't done any live streams for the cartoon. I'm not going to be doing it soon, but it's Abuse Cartoons, abusecartoons.com, Abuse Cartoons on YouTube and Twitch. It'll show up in this channel if I start live streaming again. And I'm just happy that, the bugs were sorted out because I've had,
Squashed.
it's really crushed the viewership. But what hasn't been crushed
Our indomitable spirit, right?
is this channel. And so if you like what we're doing here on the weekly, consider becoming a weekling.
The strongest of all supporters.
And you can do that for free. So for the rest of this month, I'm just going to leave it open. If you register on Patreon as a free Patreon member, you can click the redeem button and you can get 3 months as a weekling and then get onto the Discord and give us all kinds of feedback. And why would you want to get onto the Discord? Because after Chris leaves, we're going to talk to people on the Discord. So it's experimental. This is
How
a
I
test.
read that is no one wants to talk to me. Okay, thanks
No,
a lot, guys.
after Chris leaves, we can talk. We can start talking.
Get him out again.
So we're going to give that a try, and that'll be something that only happens on the Discord. So let's see, patreon.com/upturntable to sign up for free and redeem the 3 free months. And I'll leave that up for as long as we need to. And we've already got a couple of people that took us up on it. And I've notified everyone that's a free member on Patreon already. And yes, so Upturned Table on all social media and on this channel. Tomorrow we will be doing some Call of Cthulhu. So Alchemy released their enhanced modules, beautiful enhanced modules. So we're going to make some characters and play the paper chase tomorrow.
Watch them go crazy.
So let's see if there's any demon pigs that'll kill Matt's character again this session. So that'll be it for this week. We'll be back again next week.
Little mortals.
Goodbye. let's see if this works. I've got Matt here. Hey, Matt, how's it going?
Hello.
Hey. So Matt might be a little quiet because there's a little bit of a sound on the line. I think this cable's not good. It's either my sound card or the cable, so I'll have to figure out another way to get my audio. Another way to get the audio out. But yeah, I just wanted to we'll try this out and see how it goes. This may be a way that makes it a little more interesting than me just like scrolling back through the chat and reading comments. We can actually have discussions with people. So the hot topic that Matt can't wait to talk about is Draw Steel. Draw Steel. How many copies have you purchased so far, Matt?
-1.
Yeah, so that was funny. Somebody did a big breakdown on their blog, on their role-playing blog about the system and everything. So that was interesting because I didn't know anything about it. Yeah, and it just sounds like no talking, no towns, just get into the dungeon and let's do it.
Yeah, I was posting quotes from their backer kit page in the chat, just so people didn't think I was just being angry for no reason. So the quotes I posted were, "This game is not about dungeon crawling. This game is not about exploration. Focusing on the core fantasy of epic heroes fighting monsters and tyranny. You cannot miss. And technically any NPC can be negotiated with, but there's usually only one per adventure." That was the deal. That was the one that killed me. It's like, what? It's a role-playing game.
No, but you don't want, too many people to talk to. That's good. One NPC. That's good. They place tested that. Everyone's happy with one NPC. Okay. All
Apparently
right. What's that?
Their people.
Yeah.
Apparently their people play tested it and enjoyed it, but I'll pass.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. Well, I'm going to do a little day drinking. It's going to be a while, so let's have a Japanese beer for lunch, and so I'm going to take a couple weeks off. So Matt and Matt is going to be posting some stuff on the channel. In the meantime,
no pressure.
And so I'm not expecting Matt to have to orchestrate a weekly, but if he wants to give it a shot, it's completely up to him. I'll make sure all the assets are in there, Matt, like the starting graphics and everything, if you want to try that. But don't worry about it. But what kinds of things have you planned for my hiatus?
Well, so I am doing a Fighting Fantasy playthrough. I got the new Fighting Fantasy Kickstarter books from Steve Jackson Games. They're going to be the U.S. publisher for Fighting Fantasy now. So I got books 1 through 5, and they are the original books.
Nice.
The interior is completely original except for a little preface kind of thing. The exterior is newer art. I don't think it's like their art at all, because a lot of it's Ian Miller art.
Oh, okay.
Which is nice. I really like Ian Miller art. But I think because there's like a Fighting Fantasy video game, I guess. I never played it, but I think some of this art is on these covers is from that.
I see.
So anyway, I'm doing a playthrough of the first book, which is The Warlock of Firetop Mountain, which I haven't seen since the 80s. And I have in the can, as they say, the first half, but I feel like it might be the first 3/4 because I feel like I was going through things pretty quickly.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to post that soon, hopefully the next couple days, as part 1.
Okay, cool.
Then I'll finish part 2 later on, and then I am still kicking around that heavy metal discussion video. So
nice. that would be very fun.
Hopefully that'll be next week. We'll see one of those.
Right. Yeah, and no pressure if you just want to like do that as a live stream. Just want to flip through the magazine to do it as a live stream. I don't think. Yeah, I'm not sure. But there's probably nothing in heavy metal that would need to be censored. Yeah, just be careful with content for the channel because it might.
Oh yeah. That's why I wanted to do it edited. So
that
there's
makes
no
sense.
because I can tell you there's some stuff in there that you wouldn't want flashing up on the channel.
Okay.
Literally flashing up on the channel. I think I'm gonna try. I will try to put together something like that other live stream I did.
Mhm.
How long do you think you're gonna be out?
I will be back, or I will be, I will return on the 10th. I have no idea what condition I'm going to be in, 10th of September. So it's going to be a while. Yeah. So sorry, everybody. It's we're taking a pretty big break. So about 15 days, a little over 2 weeks. Yeah.
A little over 2 weeks. Okay, so I'm going to try to put together some idea for another thing like the last live stream I did, and try to have it implemented for Thursday.
Oh, cool.
Next week.
Nice.
So it won't be a weekly. It won't be a news thing. Sorry.
No problem.
It'll probably be a discussion. So I'm counting on Clarion and Abyss to be there to tell me when I'm being stupid and ask questions and stuff.
Good.
Poor Arturo. He has like a new job, so I don't think he might be a little overworked right now. We might not see him for a little bit.
Yeah, maybe timing wise and energy wise, it's not not possible. That's too bad. But but we'll get things back to normal once I'm like back at full speed. We'll return to our regularly scheduled live streams and all that good stuff. But that was
yes.
Yeah.
So anybody listening, Abyss, Clarion, any lurkers, if you have suggestions for discussion or list topic similar to the last live stream I did, which was the top 5 games I'd like to run, feel free to post it in the comments.
Ooh, there you go.
Or on Discord if you're on the Discord.
Nice. Yeah. So that stuff will remain active. The Patreon chat, the public posts, or so I guess subscriber posts for YouTube, and then the Discord as well. And so and if you want to get in on the Discord, make sure you can do that through Patreon, all for free for the rest of this month, and probably a little bit after that as well. I'm not going to be turning it off anytime soon.
So on the Discord, we've been talking about Alien Earth. Have you got to watch any of it, Jeremy?
Yes, I watched the first 2 episodes. And
okay.
Yeah.
So I'll try not to spoil. Some big shit happens in the third one.
Oh,
so
okay. Yeah, that's right, because where they left off. It must be. But I was impressed by the similar to the last one, Romulus. The look of it, they did an amazing job with the look. Everybody that's doing art direction and set design and everything, that's huge, because it's an FX show, right? It's like it's not HBO or it doesn't have the huge money behind it.
You can tell where they save their money. Like I figured this out early on. A lot of their combats are off camera.
Yeah, right.
So like in the first episode on the ship, they just did that weird montage of little like shots of horrific things instead of showing the aliens actually fighting people and stuff.
Right. Yeah, they didn't have to rig in like chest bursting and
Right. And they didn't have to spend time or money on action set piece. And then in the crash area, they kind of did that a couple times too. Like I think the xenomorph killed like a room of 10 people or something, but you don't see it until after.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you just saw the remains, the devastation.
So they're being judicious and clever with their budget, I think.
What do you think about the guy in a suit for the xenomorph, which was the original thing they tried not to photograph too much in the first Alien movie?
Oh, so That's interesting because some of the shots did kind of look like a guy in a suit. Um, but then in the Discord, they're talking. I think it was Abyss pointed out that some of it looked pretty CGI
Hmm.
ish. Um, but then I just watched a cool thing about Weta Workshop made, what do you call it? Like a maquette
Oh
or
yeah.
a Muppet
Hmm.
thing of the Xenomorph.
Oh.
And it looks freaking amazing. So it's all three. It's a puppet, it's
Nice.
a guy in a suit,
Right.
and it's CGI too. So
Interesting.
most of it looks pretty good.
Hmm.
Um, I thought the cat monster thing
Hmm.
looked more CGI than the
Hmm.
alien did.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, Miguel's here. Hey, Miguel.
Hey, nice. Yeah, yeah. So, and they definitely have to do that to cut the budget. They can't, do CGI aliens the whole time, or,
Mm.
and I guess for the more like the newer things and things we haven't seen before, yeah, they maybe want to show off like that eyeball dude, stuff like that. They want to, yeah, make that very interesting. And I guess like having someone in a suit though, when someone's it's on top of them and they're fighting it, that looks so much better than people fighting a guy in a green, in a
Yeah.
fluorescent green suit that they then
Yeah.
digitally replace. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I'm curious. And I think Noah Hawley even said this. Like, alien movies are, the kind of slasher films. A lot of people are going to die, and it's very you're kind of like the cinematic adventures for the RPG. That there's going to be a lot of death. Maybe no one will survive. And that has to be different. There's going to be a lot more plot armor, and people are going to make it through the whole series because you can't just kill everybody you introduce. Which is funny. I guess that's why they did that with that first crew. Like they had the crew of that ship introduced. They're all eating together. They wake up and they're eating together, and
Yeah.
then they all die. It's like, okay, yeah, that's
Yeah.
we can't do. See, we can't do that. We can't do that every
Yeah.
episode because you don't know who any of these people were. So,
And they have the classic alien corporate
mhm.
guy who will do whatever it takes, but they up the ante because he's not the slimy executive. He's
Yes,
the cyborg guy
right.
who can murder you,
Hmm.
and it's like, so they kind of up the ante on
Yeah, that
him.
goes way beyond Ash stuffing a magazine in your mouth. The guy like has a
Yeah.
blade come out of his hand, and yeah, nice. Yeah, yeah,
So
I'm optimistic. I think a couple of things that were kind of weird is like they figured out how to like make Zoomer characters like built in, like make these like child brain
oh
adults,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So they're like instantly the Wendy and the Lost Boys kind of group are instantly Zoomers because they're like, duh, what, huh? But they're adults, and unfortunately, like the main character, they're doing the born sexy yesterday kind of thing with her. Like she's cute and charming and super innocent, because she's a 12-year-old kid or whatever. So that's a little like
Uh-huh.
okay, but
Yeah, it's okay. The actors are playing adults playing as kids. I think they're doing a pretty good job.
mhm, mhm.
Uh, um, but I'm just looking at the chat. I need you to break a tie here for us
Okay.
because on the Discord we had, I believe it was Abyss
Hmm.
and Age did not like the little music, contemporary music stinger at the very end of each episode.
Yeah.
I liked it, and I think Calarion liked it. I know Arturo liked it. So
Yeah.
did that take you? Did that take you out of it, or did it
It
work for you?
it didn't. Yeah. Unfortunately, and then I may have this may be my bad taste, but yeah, I liked it. It was recognizable tracks, and it was like kind of older stuff. It wasn't.
Mm.
Yeah. But I think it can get out of hand pretty fast. It has to be really good choices. Like
Mm.
how the early Guardians of the Galaxy movies kind of worked well because of, and like Tarantino, like those music choices. It's so important that they're interesting music choices. I do like in episodic television, or I guess it's serial television, then a TV episode when you obviously know it's ending. Like they give you, and it's not like an emotional orchestral swell or whatever, where they give you hear a theme song or something. It's like, okay, we're out, and maybe that's like a thing from anime or whatever that I like. But I like the thing that kind of disengages you from the episode. And
it's like a needle drop.
Yeah, right. And are they doing? They're not. It's not thematic, is it? Like the songs that they use, do they like reference like any theming or anything that happened in the?
I've been trying to figure that out, and I can't without spoiling the one they use in the third episode. I can't. You'll see. Hopefully, you can watch it soon.
Yeah, I can.
It doesn't bother me, and there's two parts to this, right? One is it music you like, and two, does it feel appropriate, right?
Right.
So it happens that this is music I like, and then two, it's right at the end, right?
Yes, yeah,
so I don't feel like it can. I don't think the argument that it takes you out of it really stands, because it's literally the end of the episode.
Yeah, it is taking you out of it. Yeah, it is like literally saying, okay, we're done here. See you next time. Yeah. So so the band. So the first one was Black Sabbath, right? The second one was Tool or Inner Circle.
Tool.
Okay.
I believe.
And just tell me the band. Who's the band for episode 3?
All right, Metallica.
Oh, okay, cool. If they stay like, if they stay in the same, like
it's preload Metallica. I'll tell you that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know.
It's Metallica for when Matt still liked them.
Right. Yeah. I don't mind. The music that's telling you that it's over without it doing like a big orchestral thing. I like that. Yeah, like you said, the needle drop. I think that works as disengaging you from it. And I like it's been funny, the music choices. I can tell like people, like my age or a little bit younger are picking music because a lot of stuff that I've seen recently, and a lot of music choices I've been like, oh, this is great. I'm finally enjoying some of the I liked. The sad thing is it's a terrible movie, but the Crow remake had good song choices. It was a terrible movie, but I
didn't watch the remake.
Yeah, I liked some of the music and the on the soundtrack, and that was the great thing about the original Crow movie is it had a great soundtrack. And so I was like, oh, they better do something.
The music.
Yeah, and it was kind of updated. Yeah, kind of updated stuff. But no, it didn't bother me, and it gives the show its own identity too. Like this is a TV show, and we haven't had Alien TV before, so I think it's okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't. I mentioned this actually on the live stream I did too. Like when I was talking about Traveler. The one thing about Alien, and this is totally because I'm a gamer, like if I didn't play RPGs and stuff, I wouldn't even care. But space travel in Alien makes no fucking sense. Like, okay, they never explain how they get these places. They always have to cryo freeze. It's always years. This one is like 65 years.
Right.
It took them to get back. So, one of two things would have to happen. Either they've invented some weird jump space thing that takes weird arbitrary amounts of time.
Right.
Or they need to deal with relativity, which clearly they're not dealing with relativity. Because if you could travel light speed or even near light speed, you wouldn't have to cryo freeze, because for you on the ship going that fast, it would be like a blink of an eye.
Right.
For the observer, it might be, it's 10 light years or whatever. But for you at that speed, which isn't actually possible, but at that speed, it would just be like, we're here, So you wouldn't cryo freeze. It doesn't make any sense. So That's just a little pet peeve. I would rather they had a hand wavy jump space kind of thing
Right, like
than
gates or
every
something.
director makes up their own shit.
Right. Yeah, I wonder if that was part of the original Star Beast script or whatever that original alien idea. I wonder if that was from there, or Ridley Scott added that. He loved the idea
Mhm.
of just the crew waking up at the beginning of the film, kind of like the thing they tell you not to
Oh no!
do in art school is have a alarm clock. Have the person wake up with their alarm clock. The first scene of your film.
Yeah. No, the whole crowd free thing thematically feels good and it works,
Hmm,
right,
hmm.
for this kind of sci-fi. Plus, you can always jam people in there
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then do horrible things while they're asleep, you
Right,
know.
right. Yeah,
But
burn them. Yeah, set them on fire.
just mechanically, it doesn't make any sense. And I don't know if you caught this. It was like one line,
Hmm,
but when they entered our solar system,
hmm.
it was going to take them months to hard burn to Earth.
Oh, uh-huh.
So it's like you're going light years away to harvest aliens, but you don't have like an inertial engine of some kind that
Yeah.
can get you to Earth from the outside of the solar system, like in less than months and months. It's like, what the, what's
Yeah.
going on here?
Interesting. Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know.
Yeah. Oh, and what do you think about, is it Prodigy, the new corp that they kind of made for the show? They have to die,
hmm
right? They have to be destroyed by the end of the show, right?
I've, I've, I feel like somehow this will turn into Wayland Yutani
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. But wait, because it's just,
crushing them
yeah, yeah.
somehow. I
Hmm.
don't know.
I hope so.
I think that
I hate that
that
guy.
the Wonderkin, yeah, I
Yeah.
don't really like that guy. So I guess he's doing his job. I don't think we're supposed to like
Right.
him,
Yeah, I think he's
but
supposed to be hateable. Yeah.
uh, I feel like he's on a course to uh, you know, his hubris will get him killed or something.
Hmm,
Like,
hmm.
I figure the end of this has to be some kind of him being trapped in a room with all these horrors or something happening like that.
Yeah, yeah. Just yeah, making some punish for some bad decisions, trying to find out what Wayland Yutani is up to, and yeah, realizing you don't want any part of that.
It is
Yeah.
interesting. They are sort of expanding the corporate dystopia. I want to say cyberpunk, but it's not traditional neon cyberpunk, right? It's more low key cyberpunk.
Hmm, hmm,
But they are expanding that vibe, right? It was just hinted at in the other stuff,
hmm,
but like they're making it more of a real thing here, which I think is interesting.
hmm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm curious what happens in the third episode. So it's just going to be weekly releases. Are they? Is it like a 8 episode season, like one of those short streaming seasons?
I assume it's 8 or 10. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I wonder if they're gonna, because pacing is so hard with those, because it's not quite a movie pacing. It's like running the 400 meter. It's not a sprint, but it's not it's not anything you can take your
hmm
time on. It's like they
hmm
have a lot of trouble with pacing streaming seasons. But I think Noah Hawley does pretty well with Fargo. I think most of the Fargo
Yeah, yeah,
seasons
they
are,
pace it pretty good.
yeah, yeah.
I don't want. Okay, uh, this isn't a spoiler. Well, is
Mm.
it a spoiler?
It's okay. It's okay.
I will just say my concern after the second episode was I was like, is this going to be a 10 episode series? It's just a dungeon crawl.
Yeah, right.
Uh, but it's not.
Okay, okay. Yeah, because I've already seen in trailers, they're they're outside. It looks like they're outside a city, or they're like wading through a river or something. So it looks like they're
Oh, okay,
like
okay.
floating. They're got a body, and they're like trying to get some injured person back somewhere. So yeah, I see that they go outside of a, inside of a, they go into the outside. That's all I've seen. Yeah, in the trailer. So we'll see. And they're
So,
doing.
Clarion, I'm not. Oh,
Oh,
I'm sorry. Go
no,
ahead. Go
no,
ahead.
go ahead. What?
No, well, I'm changing subject. So go ahead and finish your thought.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. What was I going to say? Yeah. So, yeah, I'm curious. Yeah, what they're going to do. Yeah, no thought. No big
Oh,
thought.
okay. Well, Clarion said it would be fun for you to do a stream of games you want to run in terms of game concepts and storylines. So I think he means like the character of the campaign, sort of. Yeah, I'll have to think about that.
Yeah.
I'm worried I only have like 2 good ideas right now, and that would be much of a stream.
Yeah. We'll see.
Clarion said, "Very Blade Runner esque." Yeah, it is definitely. I was worried they were going to try to mesh the universes, but I don't think they're going to. Thank God.
Yeah,
'Cause
that's good.
that also would make no sense.
Well, we're gonna get enough of that in the that stupid Predator movie, the Weyland-Yutani artificial, the android and the young Predator. That looks silly as heck, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Disney owning all of this stuff is really not great. Oh yeah, so how are you watching it? It's on Disney Plus in Japan because all the Fox stuff is on Disney Plus.
I'm still watching on Hulu, but I keep seeing all these notices that Hulu is kind of getting absorbed by Disney Plus, but
Yeah,
it hasn't happened yet. So,
yeah, I think they're rolling it out like by 2016 or something. But it's gonna be that's a funny thing. This is not tabletop related, but that's a funny streaming thing because I think in America, like Nintendo and Disney try to keep real clean. Like they don't like in Japan. There's some pretty sexy games that you can play on Nintendo systems made specifically, just for those systems that never come to the U.S. And it looks like Disney Plus. They're trying to keep very kid friendly, not having like a kids ghetto like a lot of the streaming platforms have, but like letting the whole thing be kind of kid friendly, family friendly. And once you throw in Fox and all that content, you don't have that anymore. You've got a lot of pretty violent, horrific stuff. So I wonder when they merge Hulu and Disney if America's going to have trouble, sorting the content.
well, I mean, right now Disney Plus has some adult content like movies and stuff. And what they did, because I have that app too, I'm actually looking forward to them merging, so I don't have to have 2 apps.
Right.
But when they set it up, when they first started bringing in like the R-rated type stuff, they put it so you had to choose. Each user had to choose whether or not they had that content available.
Oh, okay.
And then you could lock it with a PIN number too. So
cool.
They're kind of doing it right, I guess.
Okay. I thought they'd have to figure something out because of the
Predator Badlands. Yes, thank you, Claire.
Right. Yeah, that looks really silly. I have issues with the Predator. I think there's some problems. There's some problems with the Predator that it's kind of silly. I think they should vary the design of that species a little bit more, and it's getting a little, I don't know. I just don't like that character so much, but they keep running with it. And they did a whole they did like a multi-episode animated thing of like historical Predator.
Yeah, I watched some of that. Yeah.
Predator through
it was. It's okay. I don't care about it as much as like the alien stuff because they haven't really. There's no world behind it. It's just, who's the Predator screwing with now? And,
right.
Which is why I think I liked Predators. Is that the one with the planet with the abducted people?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. The plural.
Yeah, I think I liked that one because it was different than their standard MO, kind of. And I liked Prey just because it was so different than all the other Predator movies.
Right.
But yeah, I don't know. It'll probably be a enjoyable watch, but I doubt it'll have much oomph. Like there won't be a lot of substance there.
Right. Yeah, and I'll never forgive Alien versus Predator for making sure that James Cameron wasn't going to do an Alien 3. Like Alien 3 had to suck terribly because of Alien versus Predator. It had to become.
Oh, don't get me. Yeah, don't get me started on Alien 3, dude. Like
the trauma. What's his face? The director's first big Hollywood movie and biggest trauma ever. I think he really would prefer if that was a if he had his name taken off of it. If that was a what's the pseudonym for directors?
Oh, Smithy.
Yeah, Alan
Smithy.
Smithy.
Alan Smithy.
Yeah, I think he would really prefer if that was an Alan Smithy film because I think Fox really.
Do you know? Oh, do you know? This is fun trivia. Do you know who the last major major studio release director was that did that?
Oh no, who was it?
It was David Lynch with the re-release of Dune.
That's right. I've seen that. Yeah, I've seen the.
He hated it so much that he demanded that they put it Alan Smithy.
Yep, that's right. I've seen that. It's that title card. Yeah, yeah. David Lynch is awesome. Yeah, I can't believe we almost got a Return of the Jedi with David Lynch. That would have been insane. Yeah, the Emperor would have been
Alien
so much cooler. What's that?
Sorry. Oh, I'm just reading Abyss. Abyss throwing bombs.
Yeah, still
Alien 3 still better than Prometheus.
Yeah, Prometheus is so bad. I mean, it's so beautiful. There's like really beautiful shots in there, but there's no good.
That's
ideas.
my problem.
Yeah.
That's my problem. It looks so good.
It's got so many problems, and the antagonism of the geologist versus the biologist. What the fuck is that?
Yeah, that's the biggest problem. They were all assholes.
Right.
Everyone for no reason was an asshole. It was like the shorthand for writers. We got to have conflict. Okay, what's the conflict? I don't know. They're just assholes.
They just say stupid shit to each other. Because that really made it feel like, okay, wait, what are you doing? Is this supposed to be some big philosophical piece on the origin of the species, or is this just a slasher film murder or house? Just everyone's going to die on this planet in the weird alien facility. Because as soon as people are assholes, you're like, oh, okay, they're just going to kill them off. It feels so stupid.
Yeah. They were trying to replicate, I think, the initial part of Alien, where the crew is, just a bunch of working people giving each other shit and stuff. But they got the vibe completely wrong. And like in that brief time we had in the first episode of Alien Earth, I think they replicated it better than than that freaking movie did.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. And even like everybody being an asshole, you still were like on everybody's side. There wasn't anybody, maybe except Ash. Like you were like, well, this guy's freaking creepy. But everybody, you were sympathetic to their, I'm just collecting a paycheck and I'm just trying to make sure that, everyone's safe. I'm just trying to make sure this goes off. Like no one was a big enough asshole that you didn't understand their motivations and, what was going on. But just the unreasonable, it just smacks like the cheap slasher movie, like, instant character, the bitchy cheerleader, the captain of the football team, whatever kind of douchebag, character they want to create to just, put a knife in. Yeah, it's funny.
I will say this, Abyss. Alien 3 is a better Alien movie than Prometheus.
Yes.
I'll say that for it.
Oh man, yeah. The story of that, like people that have done the kind of deep dives into that production hell and everything for Alien 3, it had to be so frustrating. Just like, the executives.
Well, the original script that they threw out was written by William Gibson, right?
Yeah. I've read the.
It's like
oh yeah, there's a really good audiobook version of that with Lance Hendrickson and Michael Biehn reading it. But you can tell that they're like, kind of too old. They don't sound like their characters on film anymore. The both of them are a little too old. But they play their characters in it. Yeah, because they didn't think they could get Sigourney Weaver, so the story was like completely different.
Oh wow!
But take a look for the I forget. I think it's just the Gibson Alien 3 audiobook. But yeah, they play their characters. Both Lance Hendrickson and Michael Biehn are in there.
Oh yeah, I've checked that out.
That's good. Yeah, if you got an Audible credit, that's well worth it.
I'm impressed that we were allowed that to be published.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I wonder what. Yeah, because that leaked. I think it leaked on the internet first, and then they did a comic book version, and they've done a lot of that. There's been a lot of, because even with Star Wars, they did a comic book version of the first draft of George Lucas's, like, Chronicles of the Wills or whatever it was called. They did a comic book version of that, of what everything would have looked like when everyone was, the characters weren't settled yet. There were all the kind of weird monsters and space knights and stuff. They did that. So I think, the comic book industry, and I think because a lot of companies just consider comic books, kind of dog food. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about that in entertainment. So they let them do stuff. So yeah, there's an Alien 3 graphic novel or comic book series that they collected, and a bunch of stuff like abandoned screenplays have gotten made into comics, so you can visualize everything. And even like somebody did a Splinter of the Mind's Eye, the Star Wars sequel, as a graphic novel as well. I think Dark Horse or somebody did that. But yeah. So you're ready for some eldritch horror, Matt?
Yeah. Clarion was asking, and I just assumed. Are we playing in the traditional like 20s era, or?
Yeah, I thought so. Unless you guys wanted to change it, because I think the
No, I prefer that.
okay, yeah.
Honestly.
If you prefer that, that's fine. But I think the adventure, it's easy. I can set it any time. Yeah, we should really.
Okay.
I'd be curious to see what the most popular Call of Cthulhu Japanese written kind of adventure is, and see if there's a fan translation of that. And we should try to play that sometime, because Japanese players play Call of Cthulhu in modern day always. So that would be really fun, to play in like a spooky high school or a weird office building or whatever.
The Japanese bent on the whole thing.
Right.
Yeah,
They really, it's much more like
because the only modern one I've ever played was a Delta Green version.
Oh yeah. That's a game we gotta play too. That would be fun. Add it to the list.
But not that spin-off Delta Green. Don't tell Chris I said this, but the spin-off one's powered by the apocalypse. I don't want to play that one.
Oh, okay. Is that the latest version, or is that like a variation?
No, it's like they did a variation one. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, did you see we almost got Chris to crack on Daggerheart? Well, if if you're playing it, I mean, that would be so funny. Oh, that makes me want to order the set with all the cards and like make Chris put tokens on cards. That'd be great. How many tokens do you have on your ability? What am I doing?
Clarion asked, "Isn't there a new adventure that takes place in Japan in the 80s?" Ooh, is there?
Yes, there is. Yeah, I think so. I'm not sure. Yeah, there is. It's a I think Chaosium did a I always get a little turned off because I have to be you got to be careful about doing that setting well. But yeah, no, I think Clarion is right. There is a new setting that was I think maybe imitating like the popular setting for I remember, I don't know if we talked about it on the cast, but I remember seeing that cover and being like, what are they doing? It doesn't look like it's on their website yet. So I think it might have been something they crowdfunded. Oh wait, no. Sutra of the Pale Leaves. Is that it? Yes.
Oh, it's a King in Yellow adventure. Oh.
Okay. Yeah. King in Yellow in 80s Japan. Okay, that's cool. Okay, we can do that. That's
cool. It's a big old hardback too. Mm-hmm. Wow.
Yeah, I'm always afraid of interesting. Dream Eater.
One thing I like about Chaosium's Cthulhu stuff is they have it kind of at all the levels. They have like entry level stuff. They have short adventures, and then they have big old expansive campaigns too. So like they cover all the bases.
Yeah, that's nice. And if we already have all the enhanced scenes, and the character sheets and everything, and the dice mechanics, from these alchemy modules, then yeah, it wouldn't be hard to switch over to this. Yeah, no, it looks like it's out. Yeah, I remember seeing this, and I didn't know it was 80s Japan. As soon as it was the Sutra of the Pale Leaves, I'm like, oh, are they gonna do like Edo period? Like, what are they doing?
So
no, that's cool.
my view of 80s Japan is totally skewed
Mm-hmm,
because in the 80s, I was all about like ninja movies and stuff.
right.
So my view of it is very skewed. But then I had something happen. I was like 13. I was on summer vacation. I was in Lake Havasu, Arizona,
Mm-hmm.
watching TV, right? And like local news is on. And they show this news report from Japan.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a bunch of police in front of like a hotel door room, right? A room door. And this guy comes out. He's got a katana in his hand,
Mm-hmm.
right? Or wakizashi or something. And the newscasters had to tell us what he was saying, of course. But basically, he said, "My name is such and such. I just killed this man for offending the yakuza," and they just took him away. And I remember as a kid being like, "Oh my god, Japan is the shit."
Yeah, right. Yeah, Japan's had some pretty famous sword assassinations. The in the 60s, like when there's a lot of political protest and activism in the 60s, I think the head of the like socialist or communist party was speaking, and a student went up and just ran him through on stage. Yeah, so that makes it sad that it was a the Prime Minister Abe was, his death was some weird handmade gun. It should have been, if he was trying to preserve some sort of Japanese tradition, it needed to be a sword.
Right. Miguel said, "Adventure Hook for Call of Cthulhu Japan. In every Japanese company, there's an old Ojaji,
Mm-hmm.
Ojaji, that nobody knows what he does in the company and seems to be there since the beginning." Oh.
Yeah, that's
What does that mean? What does
that.
that mean?
So yeah, they kind of a lot of companies do that. Like there's not really some companies don't have forced retirement, so there's people that never, they don't know what to do with themselves if they're not working. So yeah, they just kind of move them around. They just have like an old guy, just like like a senior citizen, like somebody that actually get into their
Oh,
80s, is still working at the company. Nobody knows what exactly is
so
going
he's
on.
it's Milton from Office Space, basically.
Yeah, right. Yeah, very much. Yeah, it's funny. The television, Osaka television and Tokyo television, are also connected to newspapers. So they kind of try to move the TV people that won't leave into the newspaper to get them kind of out of the way, because TV's leads a little bit younger blood to. But
Oh boy.
I've heard that the newspapers are kind of are where the people that won't retire go. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, we should try that. I love the King in Yellow. I really like
Hmm.
that a lot, and it would be really cool if in this adventure like that exists in Japan. Like that's a kabuki play or something. That would be insane. If that
Oh
exists in Japan,
yeah.
it would be so cool.
Does Japan do the? I know they do in Southeast Asia, but does Japan do the like? What is it like the shadow puppet thing? The
No, yeah, that's more Southeast Asia, like Bali, and I think
yeah.
Balinese is or the yeah, it's Southeast Asia. Yeah, no, Japan has their own kind of puppet tradition, the bunraku, the kind of quarter size. They look like the
Okay.
dolls. They look like the Japanese ceramic dolls, but they're
Yeah.
carved wood. But they yeah, those are amazing. Um,
Yeah,
very
that's what they
expressive.
did in that movie Tornado.
Hmm.
The main character was the daughter of a puppeteer guy from Japan.
Yes.
That was cool.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah. I'll have to take a look at this, because I was turned off. I mean, always Western companies doing Japanese or Asian stuff. I'm like, okay, but I think this one they even claimed they had a consultant though. They had a somebody was helping them with stuff. But yeah, 80s Call of Cthulhu in Japan would be great. I'll get some some good soundtrack music, and
that's what you need. Because honestly, like the problem we always ran into with modern day stuff, like say mid 90s up, was the technology. Like it kind of took some of the fun away, and sometimes the players would just straight up forget because they were so used to playing in the 20s or Middle Ages or whatever. They would kind of forget to use technology.
Right.
So the 80s is pretty good because you don't have cell phones, you don't really have internet, you don't. So that's a good blend.
Yeah, they had before cell phones, and I don't think there was a big pager culture in Japan. But what they had to leave messages for people is in train stations and like in a kind of like public meeting places, chalkboards. They would just be chalkboards there, and you could just write a message. I was here. I left at 4:25. Meet me somewhere. So people. That's what's so amazing about that works in Japan because nobody erases your messages. Like it gets erased at probably the end of the night.
Polite.
Yeah, everyone is going to respect that you need to get in touch with someone, and they'll leave your message intact. And when you read it, I think when you read it, you're supposed to erase it. Like the person that it's for is supposed to erase it, to make space for the next person. But only in Japan does a chalkboard in a train station work as a message, service. Yeah.
Well, that's like the newspapers. You remember how the newspapers used to have those columns? I can't remember. There was a name for them.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it was. But it was literally like someone saw someone they thought was amazingly beautiful or whatever. Oh, yeah. So they would literally put a post in the newspaper hoping that they would see it,
Right. Yeah, the missed connections kind of stuff. Yeah.
Missed connections. Yeah, there you go. And sometimes it worked, which blows me away.
Yeah.
But, what are the chances?
It's so funny. Yeah, those are even better than like dating profiles or anything because people are just pouring their heart into, you had this orange dress and your hair and this, they'll like, try to make it as like amazing as possible. Yeah. I hope she sees this. That's good stuff.
Which, to my modern mind, I'm like, how many times would it just some weirdo reading that and then would pretend that they were the person,
I know. That was me. Oh, yeah.
Hello, I'm definitely the woman in the red dress you saw.
Hey, somebody showed up. Abyss.
Somebody logged in.
Hey there, howdy.
Hey, how's it going?
This is my American voice.
You fit in perfect.
Howdy, partner.
Why do Europeans always go southern? Why do they always go southern?
I'm here to tell you about the good Lord, the good book.
And they're always Bible thumping fanatics.
Oh,
nice.
And my brother, sister, father-in-law, my baby, my baby,
Uncle, grandpa.
We're all relatives.
Oh, I see. You just came on here to roast us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why did we leave this open?
You Yanks. You Yanks. Okay, so I wanted to ask what your thoughts were on the newest Plinkett episode.
Oh.
Because they redeemed the kind of, it's a meme, of course, but the irony is that they actually redeemed the prequels that they shit on so hard. And then they also defended Acolyte against boomers like you guys.
I know. Yeah.
We're not boomers. Yeah. I don't know how many times I'm going to keep telling you this. We're not boomers. We are the children of boomers.
Right. The neglected children of boomers.
It's all the same to me. It's okay.
So I thought that was a really interesting video. I don't know if you saw it, Jeremy.
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah.
So what they did, which was really smart, is they didn't say they liked the prequels, but they said they are valid art compared to most of the stuff Disney is doing with Star Wars.
Yeah,
Because
like right now.
it was an artistic person making a thing. Now you can judge whether or not that thing was good, but at least it was like an artistic attempt at something. It wasn't just this movie show by committee bullshit kind of thing.
Yeah. And
So yeah, I really appreciated that actually.
yeah, I thought it was good, and they've done really good stuff. I really thought their Star Wars action figures and the acetone tank was super cathartic. Like that was just like, we're gonna let go of this this weird nostalgia that's clouding everyone's view of anything you can do with this property. And it was really interesting that they they actually said, yeah, Acolyte was kind of doing stuff that new Star Wars should be doing, and Andor is kind of a dead end. That was interesting because what was creatively interesting about
the weird thing with Andor, which I'm still a little on the fence about, is they loved Andor. But they also felt like it wasn't really a Star Wars show. And to me, that path is how Star Wars can stay alive.
right.
Is to not be like old Star Wars,
No burping.
But I
Muppets.
can understand why you would see a show that doesn't have Jedis and Force users and Skywalkers as not a Star Wars show. That's a valid criticism.
I see it a totally different way. I see it absolutely totally different way. I see it as they can't keep it up, right? It is such a high quality show. It is on its own level and on its own tier. Like literally, it has nothing to be even compared to, and the story can't go anywhere because they're all dead.
Oh yeah, no, that story can't continue. Obviously, I'm saying more like the next Star Wars show should be more like Andor and less like Ahsoka or Obi-Wan. It's okay to walk away from the old Star Wars stuff.
Yeah, but how do you sell toys?
Yeah.
You can still put some droids in there. There was B2 emo, right?
Right.
B2 emo or whatever.
You could put do an action figure of the Imperial officer that was a little SA. He'd be pretty popular, right?
Actually, an action figure of the dude that Andor shoots at the very beginning of Rogue One.
Yeah, right.
That would be cool. The guy with the bad arm in the overcoat or whatever.
I can't climb. Yeah.
Or they still a bunch of corpses on the ground, entirely made out of Andor's show and backbone.
Yep. Or you could be just a guy. You could do a little. What's the actor's name that plays Gollum?
Serkis? Andy Serkis?
Andy Serkis?
Andy Serkis, yeah. Be him in his prison uniform. Holding like a wrench or something.
Yeah, you could have the electrified floor playset. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They are going to use her, right? The bad actress. They're going to have to do something with her, right?
The bad actress. You're gonna
no, not the bad actress. So the actress that played the evil woman. What's her name?
Oh, the officer.
Yeah.
The ISB officer. Oh my god, I'm blanking.
Yeah, because she's like technically still the only one alive, right?
Right. Yeah, she could get her own spinoff.
They could use her, I suppose. I don't know. That was a serious show, and she seems like a serious actress. I wonder if she would even.
Yeah, but it's Disney. They have to milk it.
Yeah. Oh, Disney would probably if they saw an avenue to milk it, they would.
They have to redeem her.
I think Disney'd be afraid to go with just we're just following this bad person, That's why there'll never be a Dr. Aphra show because she's just a psycho who's a Vader fanboy.
Right. Yeah, that'd be great though. The voices of her droids would be awesome. That would be there's some great dialogue. Yeah, there's almost like an Addams Family character in the Star Wars universe, like so the way the droids.
Did you watch the show?
Yeah.
The new Wendy's stuff on Netflix?
The new what?
The new Wendy's show on Netflix. Oof.
Oh, Wednesday?
That's a rough watch.
Oh yeah. Oh no, I didn't. I haven't.
Oh,
I didn't even watch the first.
Wednesday.
Yeah,
No, I haven't watched
Oh, the Wendy. Yeah. Oh, sorry. It's Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday. Yeah. Sorry,
Mm-hmm.
I said I have the alien thing. I'm mad.
Mm.
Yeah. No, I haven't watched any of that.
Yeah. I didn't.
Is it
see
bad?
Yeah, it's bad. It's everything you would hate about a Zoomer. It is really, really bad. I want to bring up Alien one more time. The Alien Earth. Okay, I have to think about this. What? Okay, I'm gonna skip that. When you said like you hated the CEO dude, the smart kid, the smart guy who was like a really, really bad person, obviously. Yeah. I'm hoping that they try to make him more likable, because he has to be a reasonable character, even though that he is pretty much an asshole.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they may do something.
He taught. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, they have to do something to make him sympathetic. If like Wayland Yutani is going to destroy Prodigy, you don't want to be cheering for Wayland Yutani. Yeah, so they may have to do something to make him sympathetic.
Yeah, because so far we've got very little background. It's all like shorthand. Like we're all, he's just some young wonderkin tech bro kind of guy, but we don't really know anything about him.
Yeah, because Jeremy, you haven't seen the episode 3, right?
No, sorry. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because stuff that happens in episode 3 makes me start to think that there's more. I do like the direction that they're heading.
Mm-hmm.
And I can understand Matt's fear of like the dungeon crawling thing, because if they escape, Earth is basically just over. It's gone. And they can't let that happen. Otherwise, you have the same type of thing that happens in the Dark Horse comic books in the 90s, where basically the entire planet is at war with the aliens constantly being overrun.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Yeah,
and then they have to bring back Sigourney Weaver and all the other now.
Well, they have to do that.
Yeah, I don't think they'll go that way.
Yeah, they have to do the thing at the end of Alien Resurrection where they're like on a, automatically returning to Earth, and like, Earth, what a shithole. Like it's going to have to reach that level where they have that opinion. Mm.
All they have to do is at the ending to keep me happy is not end it with like a predator landing on the planet or something stupid like that.
Right. Yeah.
Well, a predator could save them theoretically. A good one, one of the good ones.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't get excited about that overlap of lore at all. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
No, they should keep them separate.
And that was such a funny, just random thing a props guy did. So let's put a xenomorph skull in the background here, and they created that whole crossover in the era of
what do you think about the other aliens that they have, like that they're actually experimenting with adding new stuff to the lore?
Yeah, that was cool. That's going to be great fodder for Free League.
Oh yeah. Yeah, there'll be a third edition now of the Alien RPG.
It's going to give them permission to make stories that have nothing to do with the traditional xenomorphs,
that will happen.
I like the alien, the little tentacled eyeball guy. He's kind of cool.
Mm-hmm. And it helps them get away from the black goo, because I think especially Free League had to kind of incorporate all the Prometheus stuff, and it'll let them get away from that and just have a.
Oh, that's such an awful concept. Oh, it was so bad.
Yeah, the whole engineer thing, they just went the wrong direction with all that stuff.
They could have left it, but Ridley Scott's ego just got in the way. It's not his conception, right? None of the art style, none of that direction was any of his, and he just chose to make it a part of his. Same thing with Blade Runner. He had to ruin that too.
Yeah.
Which ending? What ending's real? Is a unicorn real? Is he an android? Who knows? Ridley Scott knows.
Are you familiar? Do the people in Europe know about the Winchester Mystery House?
Oh, no, we don't. We don't have those like. We don't have like really bunch of ghost people and conspiracy theorist people here.
This is just a crazy lady. So this lady was married to the Winchester firearms magnate. Well, I don't know what his real name was, but when he died, she became terribly afraid of dying herself. And she thought that all the ghosts of people that Winchester Firearms had killed were going to come and take her away. So she just constantly built onto her house. And she built all these crazy like mazes and dead ends and trap doors and stuff to try to trap and trick the ghosts that she thought were coming to get her.
Wow.
That's what Ridley Scott is doing with film right now. Ridley Scott thinks if he keeps making movies, because he's in his 80s, he thinks he'll stay alive as long as he keeps making movies. But he's probably aged out of being a good director. I hate to say that. That sounds ageist, but he probably should just retire.
Yeah. I liked his night movie. What was that one with like the 3 stories, with the Rashomon type of storytelling he did?
Oh, The Duel?
With Matt Damon.
Yeah.
Yeah, The Duel, yeah. I really enjoyed that one.
You had to watch the essay scene 3 times, but other than that, it was good. Yeah. It's like, we don't need another perspective on this.
I didn't see that one.
It's not bad, especially the fighting in armor. You know, the actual duel is cool. The details of that, and I'm sure he probably got some experts to give him some historical accuracy. But like how you take down somebody in a suit of armor, get him off a horse and everything. It's good stuff.
Well, his very first movie is a Napoleonic War movie called The Duelist, and it's one of my favorite movies. I love that movie. He made some good movies.
Oh yeah,
but
and visually
now
he's
not so
amazing.
much.
Yeah. And I think his arrogance just convinces Hollywood executives of whatever you say, Ridley, you're so clever.
Yeah.
Just like with George Lucas, yeah.
Yeah, right.
Because Prometheus wasn't Prometheus originally supposed to be a Blomkamp movie?
Oh, really?
Oh, ew!
That's crazy.
Oh, that sounds awful.
Not a fan of District 9.
Okay, District 9 is unique, and everything else. Oh no, sorry. The one with Matt Damon again. I kind of liked it. The one when he went up into space.
Elysium?
That one was pretty okay.
Yeah, it was okay.
But after that, it was just downhill, just like a cliff.
Well, I didn't see Chappie because I heard such bad things about it.
Really?
Unless you're a real big, what was it? The band that's in that. Unless you're a real big fan of them.
Yeah, it's very unique. It is very, very unique. And it's a really long movie. Okay, what else? The kids in Alien. I thought I agree. I think it's that they act out really well. And I suspect that some of them are going to drastically change really quickly because they have super brains.
Right.
And the whole point of making them is so that the smart guy could have a discussion, but they're going to evolve so quickly. They're just going to go straight past them.
Oh yeah.
They're gods. That's basically what they've become.
So, see, now I want to ask some questions. I'm not sure if it was episode 2 or episode 3, and I don't want to ruin anything.
Hinted, and I'll tell you.
Don't worry.
Wendy and the Xenomorph.
Oh, that's episode 3.
Okay.
No.
Okay. How about the Lost Boys and the Eggs?
Episode 3.
Damn.
Yeah,
Oh no, 2. That's 2. That's 2.
They just find him at 2. Yeah, I think that's the end, right? One of the last scenes.
Okay. Yeah.
It's split up.
Yeah,
It's split up.
All right. Can't talk about that. You need to watch it.
Okay. I think. Okay. Someone on Reddit made a comment, and I think they're right. the eggs have like use some like plot armor pheromone to make everyone around it just stupid. That they get lured over with their faces.
Right. It just,
It just keeps happening.
That's relevant. Yeah, that it could be. Oh, see, there's something about that I want to talk about too that I know is in episode 3. Damn it.
No.
Yeah, episode 3 is really good. It is a really good episode.
Yeah, it's a good episode, Jeremy. Like,
Cool. No, that's good.
I don't know when you have to go like completely incommunicado, but if you can watch it before then, you should.
Oh yeah, I will. Yeah, I'll try
Yeah.
to. Yes.
Yeah, you can add it if you can add your thoughts in Discord if you ever find your way to a phone.
I will.
Yeah, the plant I'm more curious about. I hope they do like a mind control thing instead of like it just swallowing people. Because it chose not to attack the one of the kids. It like the thing came out of it and it was like looking at the kid, and it could have attacked him, but it didn't, and I don't know why.
Right.
What do you think? What do you think it is?
I mean, I'm worried. Are you talking about? I feel like you might be talking about an episode 3 thing. I don't know.
No. Two. It was in 2.
Okay. Oh, well, I think it's because they're synths, but
yeah. See, the eggs I can understand, but that plant acknowledged them. It followed him.
Well, because there's different things to pick up on, right? So some of it they're probably picking up on motion and like change in air pressure, and then other things would be more biological, like heat and stuff like that. So
yeah, but then why did the eye thing attack him? Attack Nibs?
I don't know. It worked on the other one. It did. So.
Yeah, it did. But that thing is strong. It almost because they're supposed to like be able to stop like trucks and shit, and it almost went straight through her both of her arms.
So this was one issue I kind of had, and again, this is probably just because of the gaming background and the stuff I like to read, but it was very illogical for them to send child-brained robots to $1 trillion extraction. Like that didn't really make a whole lot of sense to me.
Right.
But I guess it could be the hubris of what's his name, the head dude.
Prodigy. We'll just call him Prodigy.
Captain Prodigy.
Right.
Yeah. His hubris. Yeah, his arrogance and bored. He's just bored. He's bored out of his mind.
Yeah.
Do you like Oliphant? Do you guys think Oliphant's playing a good?
Yes.
Yeah. That was funny.
He is creepy.
The white hair.
Yeah, he's pretty.
The Roy,
do you think he's gonna? Do you think he's gonna go rogue? Because that's sort of an alien tradition.
Like, I don't know. I think he, because he's gained. He basically has like the same clearance and authority as Captain Prodigy.
Yeah, and
right?
he talks back to him a little bit too, which makes me wonder if maybe he's not as restricted as like the standard sort of, what is it? Because those are usually made by Weyland Yutani, right? So.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Yeah, because Captain Prodigy wants someone to be able to talk back to him. He wants honesty. He wants like, something to struggle against. That's why he's so bored.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot we can't talk about right now.
Sorry.
Yeah. Hop on Discord if you can tomorrow or whenever after you watch it, Jeremy, and just share your thoughts.
Okay. I will. Yeah, I'm glad you guys said that the third one, because the second episode was okay, and like you said, I was afraid they were going to spend multiple episodes, or the whole series, the whole season, stuck in that collapsing building. But
because I also was afraid. I was afraid they were going to turn it into like a Monster of the Week show, just constantly. Oh, we're on the new deck of the ship, and there's this crazy monster,
Right.
But they didn't do it. They didn't do that. Thank goodness.
Yeah, it's cool if we get a supplement for Alien. That's their Earth supplement. That'd be cool, or at least they.
Oh, okay. I have a question for you guys. This is in episode 2 and episode 3. What's up with the guy in the inflatable suit and the freeze ray working on the walls in Prodigy? What is he doing?
I think it might be he's battling like a fungus infection because like an algae, like a mutated algae, because the entire planet's warmed up to a tropical level, right?
Okay.
So things might have evolved on its own,
Oh.
but because it eats away the steel. It's very strange. Or it might just be like a metaphorical thing to like reflect on the entire show.
Yeah, I was wondering if it was like planting a seed for something that goes crazy later, or what they were doing with all that. Clarion says he's in all the episodes. Okay, yeah. So Clarion noticed it too. I was like, he kind of reminds me of the eyeball maker guy from Blade Runner.
Oh yeah.
You know, just wearing the big old inflated suit and
To me, he comes across as a like a dream sequence of a warning, constantly just reminding you of like something's lurking in the back of your mind, like an itch you can't scratch.
Like there's a corruption or something.
Yeah, something like that. Something is wrong.
That was really interesting because they don't acknowledge it at all, which makes me even more interested in it. It's just like, oh yeah, there's Bob spraying the dry ice on the wall for some reason.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. And then in the longer form, you know, a longer form Alien series, yeah, they can have themes and they can actually like, you know, do stuff. It's not just introduce a xenomorph and, you know, try to survive. So yeah, that's cool.
Do you think that the kids are like a true like altered carbon style transfer of consciousness, or they're literally just
it's
a copy?
Soma.
They're just mapped onto a new brain, basically.
Have any of you played Soma? I don't know. This is a major spoiler.
No,
to anyone that wants to play. Am I allowed to spoil it, or should I just like vaguely hint?
Yeah,
go ahead.
Okay. In Soma, the entire story is about questioning what is self, right?
Yeah.
Is it like that's the same thing with the teleporter in Star Trek? You know, you copy and delete, but are you still you, or are you a copy of you? Or
I
do
love
you
telling
die when you?
Trekkies that.
Yeah. It's like when you sleep, do you die because your brain becomes inactive and you wake up a new person every single day, or is it because you still have the electronic wave inside your brain that constantly just keeps on going? Is that what you are? Or so those kids are basically like Soma. They are dead. They are not human at all. They are literally just a copy paste, like a in a computer where you copy a PDF, and you place it in another map, and then you can just delete the original.
Yeah, that's what I think too. Altered Carbon never really explained how they have a continuum of consciousness. They just said they did.
Right.
Yeah, but that's not how that works.
Yeah, at least
it's not. It's definitely with data. It's data transfer. It's just not how that works.
Now they think a lot of theories about consciousness now are related to quantum entanglement. So if they, no, it's true. So
I know, but come on.
If they want to make that argument in a sci-fi show, I'll listen to it and be like, okay, because you have a 65-year spaceship travel to light years away, so I guess you can have this too. But yeah. But I love telling Trekkies that that transporters are just suicide machines.
Because they are, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, facts. Spitting facts here, bro. It is really. It was really disturbing because Soma is a really good game, but it gets dark really quickly, especially once you realize, like, oh, you're just constantly just killing yourself, and especially at the point when you get the Riker situation, but from your personal perspective, like first person perspective, when you see the original you, but you are still like, and then and like you look down, you're like, oh, I'm here, but I'm not there. something went wrong. Why am I not there? And then you get to figure out like, oh wait, no, it was successful. I am also there.
Yeah.
But you're two totally different entities at that point. You're no longer the same person, because at the moment the consciousness is separated from being copied, then you're already experiencing two total different realities, and you're no longer the same person.
Mhm.
They touched on that in Invincible with the cartoon show.
Oh, okay.
With the blue clone guy, like they're on the tables and they see and they say the same words. They see the same visions and the same words. When they're still on the table, but the moment they disconnect, they're totally two different people, because then they're suddenly experiencing two different realities.
Cool.
Because you cannot think or know what I am feeling, and I can't think or know what you are feeling.
There's an episode of, they brought back the old 60s show, The Outer Limits, like in the mid to late 90s.
Oh yeah.
You remember that?
Mhm.
They did
Good show.
episode. They did an episode where aliens contacted Earth, or I think it was assumed that the contact had already been made a long time ago. But basically, the aliens were light years away, but they teleported where they went, and the aliens were like these emotionless dinosaur men or something, and they always wanted people to come to them to like work on science projects and or whatever. And so the whole thing is like this woman this guy loves is a scientist, and it's been her dream all her life to go to another planet. But it's literally like, and because they're emotionless dinosaur men, they're like, yeah, it's gonna kill you and make a copy over there. She's gonna be just like you, but it's not you. And and she decides to do it. It's like so creepy to think about.
They had a lot of good episodes.
Mm.
The one with the sand critters, that they made like facial copies with everything that they ate,
Oh,
like shrines. I don't know if you remember that episode.
I don't know.
I think it was the very first episode, or at least in the first season. He found it's like an ant's nest at the end. I can't remember what it was, but like an alien thing from Mars
Mm-hmm.
or something, and then they built these little. Never mind. One of my favorite episodes was a nanobot episode, where eventually the humans started to evolve, and then they grew an eye in back of their head because that was handy for evolution.
I think I remember that. Yeah.
That was a really good show.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Outer Limits was like the transition between Twilight Zone and a Black Mirror. It was. It usually ended badly, but it was not quite as off the wall as Black Mirror could get.
I tried getting my parents into Black Mirror, but they were too freaked out about it.
Dude, the very first episode was just so off-putting that it took me a while.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah, they said nope after that one.
Yeah, they didn't do themselves any favors, though, that they moved a lot of the production to the U.S. I think a lot of the episodes that were Netflix did with what's her face, the singer and everything. They went too far into kind of celebrity worship and some like very mediocre stories. Some of the casting.
Yeah, I haven't kept up with it at all. There's too much stuff.
There is a lot of stuff.
I don't know why I pay for Netflix, to be honest with you, because I don't watch a lot of Netflix stuff.
Right. Yeah.
Let me tell you about a method to save you some money.
Yeah, I know your method, sir.
Oh God.
The channel does not endorse your method.
Yeah, officially we cannot. The views and opinions of Discord.
I have no idea what you're talking about, but okay.
Excellent. All right. Well, yeah. So let's wrap up, and everybody tune back in. So we'll do a Call of Cthulhu, some character creation. Oh, any ideas, Matt, for your character? Is anything you wanted to play? You're going to kind of bounce off of Will. What are you thinking for characters on Call of Cthulhu?
I haven't like locked anything in at all.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of curious to see what will. Yeah, because a lot of times we'll say a thing and then it kind of crystallizes for me the direction I want to go.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, we'll see what he says. We'll see
Nice.
what he says.
Yeah.
Will has a. I think I mentioned this before, but Will has an amazing knack for playing Cthulhu characters who miss all the crazy stuff,
Right. He's gonna have a
which is
99%
hilarious.
sanity the whole time, like 99
Yeah.
insanity, like untouchable, unbreakable. As long as you don't learn anything, you're fine in Call of Cthulhu.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. So we'll go live about this time tomorrow with that, and it'll be on the gorgeous the alchemy enhanced modules. So it should look really great and sound good too. They've got some music, some creepy sound effects and music and stuff in there too. So yeah,
Sweet.
tune in everyone, and thanks for Abyss. Thanks for joining us in the chat, and Matt, thanks
Yeah, man.
for jumping in.
No
And
problem.
yeah. So anybody on the Discord, yeah, feel free when we do this wrap up. So it's going to be a few weeks until another weekly is on the channel, and this kind of one-shot Call of Cthulhu would be our last actual play for a while, unless Matt gets some ideas about how to do that or what he wants to play. And
Unless you can show me a real easy way to patch Will in on Discord, I don't think that's happening.
okay. All right.
Oh,
So-
I also have an idea for a new episode, by the way.
Oh, yeah?
For when you're gone.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Any ideas?
Fully
Yeah.
dedicated
oh
to GW.
oh no.
Oh, I might not be the right person for that.
We got video games coming up. We got
Yeah.
a movie probably coming.
Yeah, that's right. There is a lot of
That's true. We could just do a like here's what's coming from Games Workshop.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'll think about that. I'll think you deliver me the facts. I'll give you editor credit or something.
and it seems like they're not letting
Thank you. Goodbye then.
the Horus Heresy will never end. It looks like they're still writing more books. Yeah. All right, yeah. So thanks to Abyss and Matt for joining me in the chat discussion, and good to see everybody hanging out in the chat. Miguel and Calerion, and yeah, feel free to jump in anytime. And yeah, so sorry, when we've got a voice discussion, I don't go through the comments as much. And sorry, I didn't have the chat up for most of the live stream because we had the setting for the 3-person 300th episode. But yeah, Matt, I will see you tomorrow and with some Call of Cthulhu. And everybody, subscribe to the channel if you want to be notified when we go live with that. And we will run some old school eldritch horror. So yeah, Lovecraftian. So yeah, take care everyone. And oh no, this is late for work. Nice. Hey, no Limelight Productions. Good morning. We will we'll be back soon. Hello and goodbye. Take care everyone.
Yeah.
And see you next time.
Bye.
Goodbye. Bye-bye.